The Collegian News is brought to you in part by
Student Life will be hosting Dia de los Muertos parade and reception on Friday, November 2nd from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. The parade will start at the free speech area and will end at the Student Union Veranda with a reception. For more information, contact Student Life at 956-882-5138 or log on to utb.edu/studentlife.
Stay connected with UTB Mobile. Download the UTB application now. Visit utb.edu/mobile.
Welcome to the Collegian News. I'm Marlene Rodriguez.
And I'm Corey Aiken, bringing you this week's top stories. Student enrollment is down this fall semester at UTB TSC.
Spanish editor Viri Zuniga has the story.
There are 13,636 students at UTB TSC this semester. That's nearly 1,300 fewer students than a year ago, officials say. The 8.6% decrease is attributed to tighter financial aid regulations, the enforcement of deadlines, the registration process, and the satisfactory academic progress policy, according to Michael Piltnet, the University of Texas System's Executive Director for South Texas Academic Programs. But those aren't the only reasons.
I think also there might be a factor that is statewide that is working that we don't fully understand. A lot of the colleges are reporting enrollment being a little bit less. Locally, though, there might be some impact from people being confused about the transition of the UTB and TSC to separate schools. Although I might point out there's absolutely no reason for them not to attend school for that.
Preliminary reports from the Texas Association of Community Colleges website show that community colleges across the state experienced a 2.3% drop in student headcount this semester. Punnett said the major component of the drop in enrollment is unknown.
So there might be all these factors working. We just don't know which ones are having the most direct impact and to what degree. But we do know there is a somewhat less enrollment.
Asked about the ramifications the decrease in enrollment could bring, Punnett replied,
Naturally, it means that there's less revenue for the UTB TSC, but it is not a significant drop enough that it would change anything that we're doing.
Some people might think the lower enrollment may spur layoffs.
The answer is no. The only thing that's going to be going on this year that's going to change employment is the right sizing for the separation. Because at the same time that TSC is starting up, then of course they're taking over a lot of the things that we're doing for the community college students. And they are hiring people to do those things.
Punnett said the decrease in revenue won't affect the university.
We're going to have less revenue, but we're going to have fewer people. So we're going to reorganize ourselves around that new number.
On the other hand, Punnett predicts that TSC will have a robust enrollment once the two institutions begin to operate independently in fall 2013.
TSC will be introducing at that point their new tuition and fee schedule. And from what we understand, it's going to be substantially cheaper to go to TSC. And there's a good expectation that students who couldn't afford to go to UTB TSC at the higher rate might now enter TSC. And price and demand being connected, as we know from economics, there's a fair good chance that enrollment will be the same or higher.
Enrollment figures have to be reported to the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, a state agency that receives all enrollment data from community colleges and state universities.
And this information is used for reporting to the legislature and can lead also to the setting the amount of formula funding that the legislature awards when it meets every 2 years.
UTB aims to enroll between 7,000 and 8,000 students in fall 2013. These figures are based upon the total of semester credit hours each student has enrolled for before, according to the information Punnett provided. Students enrolled in 81,000 semester credit hours this semester. The formula for funding is based upon this number.
We pretty well have to settle on a number because it's our first year separate. And it's not a year for us to be too ambitious. We just need to get our feet on the ground and get operating.
For the Collegian News, this is Viridiana Zuniga.
Dozens of people attended the Respiratory Care Open House last Wednesday in the Life and Health Science Building, where respiratory therapy majors demonstrated their skills in helping patients breathe easier and showed how lungs are affected by disease. The event was part of UTB TSE's observance of National Respiratory Care Week.
What is the purpose of Respiratory Therapy Week?
It's to make the university, the public aware of what respiratory therapists do and what our role is in the hospital and home health care and doctor's offices.
What will students learn from attending this event?
They're going to learn exactly what a respiratory therapist does. They're going to go from station to station and learn the different kind of procedures we do and what our value is in the hospital setting.
What's the starting salary for a respiratory therapist?
Well, since you asked that, I just got that online this morning. It's from $45,000 to $62,000.
Police sirens wailed on campus last Thursday as startled students on their way to class witnessed a bloody car accident. But it was just a demonstration of the dangers of drinking and driving. Actors staged the accident in observance of National Collegian Alcohol Awareness Week and to show students how dangerous it is to be under the influence while driving. Campus police and the Brownsville Fire Department assisted in the mock wreck.
Liberty and Hope, an art exhibit by Gabriel Trevino, opened with the reception October 22nd at UTB TSE's Art Gallery at Rustenburg Hall. Growing up on the border and the bicultural surroundings inspires Trevino, an alumnus of UTB TSE.
I'd say right now this show has a lot of work that was inspired by narco violence and the stuff that's going on on the border with with all the killings and the bodies appearing and stuff like that. So things that are happening around our area, things that are real, things that affect us as in our social aspect, but things that really are changing the world, and so I try to capture that and communicate that through my work.
The Student Government Association will hand out candy in an effort to encourage UTB TSC students to vote. In its meeting last Tuesday, the Senate approved Resolution Number 12, which allocates no more than $50 to buy the sweet treats that will be distributed during early voting, which ends Friday and on Election Day, November 6th. A voting booth is located in Cardenas Hall South 117.
Taking care of your vehicle is important if you don't want it to break down on the road. The Collegian has some tips on how to keep your car or truck in shape. Here's my co-anchor, Marlene Rodriguez.
A simple drive to campus can end in disaster if your car breaks down on the way because you failed to perform maintenance on it. UTB TSC Automotive Technology Program Director Mercer Cantu said vehicle maintenance is very important.
If you don't do the maintenance, you're going to be stranded on the road.
To prevent being stranded on the road, Cantu suggests that students conduct maintenance according to the schedule in the vehicle's owner manual and don't ignore check engine light.
The check engine light's not on most of the time. It's working properly. The only other thing is when you're driving it, if you feel a jerk or you feel it pulling to one side, that might be an indication of telling you something's going wrong.
The automotive program offers free lessons on car maintenance for students from 7:30 a.m.
Here's Alex Rodriguez with this week's segment of I Think.
The I Think question of the week is, what are your plans for Halloween?
Handing out candy, trick-or-treating, having fun.
Spending it with friends, watching movies, scary movies. So yeah.
Well, my plans are actually going to Edinburgh with my friends and just party up there.
My plans for Halloween are have a party with my family at home with the neighbors and get dressed up with my costume. That's all.
Well, yeah, hang out with friends, party a little bit, and have fun. You guys be safe.
This is Alex Rodriguez for the Collegian News.
That's it for the Collegian News Webcast. I'm Marlene Rodriguez.
And I'm Corey Aiken.
And now we leave you with footage of Noche de Estrellas. Have a great day.